Listen, man, this my 10 reasons why you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Yeah, man, this the 10 reasons why you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. They ain't gonna be in numerical order or be in the order of which one is more powerful than the other one, but it's just 10 reasons. My 10 reasons. The number one reason is her hoe phase always gonna come back. No matter how good a woman try to act, if she a hoe, she always gonna go back to her hoe stage. She might do good for a year. She might do good for 6 months. She might do good for 3 months. She might do good for 5 years. But if she a hoe, her hoe phase always gonna come back in, because that's just in her. That's just the person she is. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good you treat her, no matter how in what position you put her in. You might put her in the best position she been in her whole life. It don't matter. A hoe always gonna be a hoe, and a hoe always gonna do hoe shit, no matter how good you treat her. You know, her phase always gonna come back. The whole phase always come back. You always hear women talking about, oh yeah, you know, I went through my whole phase and this and that, and you know, yeah, you know, I was young, and you know, everybody go through their whole phase. Man, listen, if you a good girl, you a good girl. If you a hoe, you a hoe. That's all it is. It ain't no phase. You just a hoe. You know what I'm saying? You just suppressing it. You know, you suppressing the so-called hoe phase. You know, you acting all right. Maybe you hit the wall. You know, you getting a little older. Maybe you had a kid or two. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you met the right man that make you act right. But deep down inside of you, you're still a hoe. Number 2, too much mileage. You know, and nowadays they trying to make it like, you know, they trying to make a man feel like the amount of miles that's on a woman, it don't matter no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't matter now, you know, oh, we sexually liberated and this and that. Who you sexually liberated from? Because shit, that shit means something to me. You know what I'm saying? A nigga don't want nobody who been passed around like that, done fucked 1,000 niggas and shit like that, man. You know, them miles do matter. You know, especially the men who got options, especially the high value men. That's the number one thing we think about is, you know, how much niggas this bitch done fucked. You know what I'm saying? When I'm walking around with you, I don't want everybody looking at me like I'm a goddamn fool, you know, fucking a town hoe. You know what I'm saying? In love with the town hoe. You know, you want a woman, man, when you out, that, you know, she still have a certain standing as far as not being passed around or not being knocked down by every Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry that live in your city. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody you could go out with, and you ain't got to worry about, you know, bumping into 5 motherfuckers she fucked in the club at one time, or you go to goddamn dinner and it's 3 motherfuckers in there she done fucked. They looking at you sideways like you a goddamn fool. You know, so you got to kind of be careful, man, when they talking about, you know, a bitch that's talking about they mileage don't mean nothing. You know, that was a long time ago, and shit done changed, and she changed, and this and that, and you know, she living a different life now. Man, fuck all that bullshit. We ain't trying to hear it. You know, your miles do matter. You know, you can't wife up a bitch that got all them notches on her belt. You know what I'm saying? She got more bodies than the Predator. You know what I'm saying? She got more bodies than Friday the 13th and Michael Myers. She got more bodies than Freddy Krueger. And you better not go to sleep. Just like the movie. Because you sleep on it, you know, that's how you gonna slip. You know, don't overlook that the bodies. Them bodies still live. It's soul ties to people that everybody she has sex with is a soul tie connected to it. Don't sleep on that. Number 3, no respect for men. See, this is the thing, you know, when I say no respect for men, when a woman is in the streets and she doing whole shit, she gonna lose respect for men. Because, you know, she doing things, immoral things, you know, most of them doing it for money, most of them doing it for material things. So they gonna look at a man as a paycheck. They gonna look at a man as a bank account. They gonna look at a man as an ATM machine. They ain't gonna look at him as a man. They only gonna look at him as what they could get out of the man. You know what I'm saying? What he bringing to the table. You know, how he living. You know what I'm saying? The respect will never be there if she was once a hoe, because the hoe don't love nothing but money. Excuse me. The hoe don't love nothing but money. And she look at every man as a meal ticket. That's what hoes do. You know, either she on the block, or she online, or she not on the block or not online, but just when she meeting people being a hoe, it's still the same thing. It don't matter if she walking on them goddamn blade, or she behind them keys online setting up appointments, or she just meet motherfuckers out in the social life, in the bars and at events, you know, and things like that, and go on from there. It's still the same. It don't matter where it starts, it's how it ends. And why before it end, what's going on in the situation is her doing what she want to do. You know what I'm saying? And moving the way she want to move. You know, and while she moving the way she want to move, deep down in her, even if she act like she respect you, she really don't respect you. Number 4, too much mental trauma. See, the thing is about mental trauma, you know, it goes back to the bodies. It goes back to the notches that's on her belt. It goes back to all the men that conquered her and all the men she feel like she conquered. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. Every situation is different. You know, it might have been men that she really wanted to fuck with, that just fucked and got rid of her. You know what I'm saying? Sold her a motherfucking dream. You know what I'm saying? Broke her heart here and there. And when she felt like she didn't have no more heart to give, still got hurt. Because women emotional. No matter if she a good girl, no matter if she a hoe, they still emotional. And if you can tap into them emotions, and the shit don't go the way she expected it to go, and y'all fall out, it's always gonna be some kind of mental trauma. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be some mental trauma. Even if she tried to dish it out. But for the right man, it's always gonna be a problem. She always gonna come up on the short end of the stick. Because see, with us, as men, we can fuck a bitch and that shit ain't nothing. But when women fuck a man, it's always some type of emotional ties. So that's always gonna be a problem. The mental trauma. You know, and then they'll meet one man and then fall out with him, and then get to another man and feel like, okay, this might be the one, and try to heal with him, and then fall out with him and go to another man and ain't even healed yet mentally. So it never worked. It's always something that make it fall out. You know what I'm saying? There's always something. There's always a reason why she can't get along with the next man. It's always a reason why she can't hold a man. It's too much mental trauma done been in her life. You know what I'm saying? It's too much mental trauma. Didn't heal. You know, didn't give her self time to take a break. You know what I'm saying? Didn't focus on her mentally. Jumping back into something else. without being healed mentally is a problem. You can't wife a woman like that. Number 5, the bitch in the streets too much. She like the club too much. She on every set. She looking for attention. She craving attention. Everywhere you go, you see her. She at every club. She at every event. She at everything what's going on. You can't marry a motherfucker like that. You can't marry a woman like that. That's a red flag. She out too much, that means she ain't paying attention to everything else that's going on in her life. She want to be seen. We call them attention whores. You know, they might be fucking with 10 motherfuckers at the same time and just be at the events to see what's going on. A woman that's always in the streets, man, can never be a wifey. No man with value want a woman that's always in the streets. Being in the streets, man, that's not something women supposed to do. If you in the streets all the time as a woman, a man look at you like you a hoe. And that's just being real. No man with any value want a woman that's always in the streets. How you walking around with a bitch that's always in the club, always in the streets? You know what I'm saying? It's 7 days out of the week. She out 5 days out of 7. You know what I'm saying? That ain't wifey material at all. That ain't girlfriend material. That's just a bitch you fuck on the side. Or that's a bitch you see every now and then, you might knock her off. You know what I'm saying? Send her on her way. You know, have fun with her and get rid of her. That's what she is. Because she can't be a wifey. She don't fit those characteristics. And number 6, she ran game for a living, being a hoe, and she's a master manipulator. See, one thing about being a hoe, being in the streets and manipulating men, you got to manipulate them. You got to make them feel like you love them. You got to make them feel like they're the best thing on earth. You know, that's the game. You know, feeding them sweet nothings. You know what I'm saying? Whispering sweet nothings in a man's ear to make him feel like he the best thing since sliced bread. But the bitch don't give 2 fucks about you. All she care about is that money in your pocket. How much she could get up out your bank account. You know what I'm saying? You know, a hoe is always a master manipulator. That's the game. You know, they got to make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? To get in them pockets though. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know, they know how to keep their emotions in check to get to that BREAD. You know what I'm saying? To get to that bread. Number 7. She knows that it's other men willing to pay for her time. That's why you can't wife her. If she been a hoe before and she been in the streets, she knows that there's men out there willing to give her what she want without her doing much. So how can you wife a woman like that? You can't. Because she always gonna monkey branch to the next man. Because she know it's always a man willing to take her and willing to wait for her while she monkey branching. You can't mess with her. You can't wife her. She know it's another man out there that she ain't got to do shit for. She ain't got to cook. She ain't got to clean. She ain't got to fuck him or nothing. He just so goddamn lonely and wanting some companionship, he'll pay her for it. You got these simp ass motherfuckers online paying bitches they never even met before. Never even seen in person. Never even touched their hand. Never even smelled their perfume. Never even been in the same city as them. And they sending them bands. They know this. They know it's ducks out here. They fucking the game up. And they know they fucking the game up. So she always monkey branching. She always gonna monkey branch. Because she know it's branches out there for her to hang off of. While she got one foot over your side of the fence and she got another foot on the other side. And you know, like they always say, women hypergamous. Grass always look green on the other side. That's a fact. Number 8. If she was once a hoe in the street and doing hoe shit, she has no morals. She can't have no morals, man, because guess what? The money is the only moral she got. If she done danced, if she done goddamn sold pussy, if she done been on the streets manipulating men, fucking with 10, 15 men at the same time in rotation, you know, fucking out both pants legs, she got no morals. Money is the only moral she have. Money is the only thing that she chase. Money is her moral. You know what I'm saying? So you can't turn a bitch like that into a housewife. You can't. You can't turn her into a housewife. That's why the old people said. They ain't saying it because they ain't have shit else to say that sounded slick. They saying it because the shit real. You can't make this motherfucker be moral. The morals been out the window. She'll never be moral to a man, even though she act like she got morals around you. You can't trust her. You can't trust somebody who love money over anything. Number 9. Let me get some water. Right back to it. Number 9. You won't be able to trust her. Every time you goddamn this how I trust a bitch. When I blink my motherfucking eyes, I don't trust you. When I open my goddamn eyes back up, when I can see you walking and moving around, that's as far as my trust go. If I blink, I don't fucking trust you. That's what it is. Or you trust a bitch as far as you can throw her. And these days, all these motherfuckers overweight, you can't throw them that goddamn far. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust her. How can you trust somebody that got no morals? That don't make no sense. How can you trust somebody that do hoe shit? How can you trust a woman that know how to juggle 10, 15, 20 niggas at one time? How can you trust somebody like that as being your wifey? You're wasting your motherfucking time trying to wife somebody up like that. Because it's impossible. It won't happen. Shit, with men, all we want is loyalty. We don't want much more. A bitch could be working at McDonald's. A bitch could be dead broke. A bitch could be trying to get back on her feet. All we want her to do is keep this shit 100 and be loyal. And when we need her to stand up in the paint, that's what we need her to stand up in the paint. We don't expect much from women but trust, and loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to find. It's very hard to find. These days, modern women don't believe in morals, trust, and loyalty no more. Because they can go in their DMs and reach out to a motherfucking California. Reach out to a motherfucking Africa. Every average woman feel like she can fuck with a 9 or 10. The reason they feel like they can fuck with a 9 or a 10, because guess what? Tyrone and the niggas off the block, the alpha men they feel like is alphas, they don't have no level of bitch. They fucking from 1 to 10. So that make a 3 feel like she can fuck with a 9 or 10 alpha male. She can fuck with a 9 or 10 dude that she would have never been able to fuck with if it wasn't no social media. She can reach out to that motherfucker and he might respond. That's how crazy this shit is. But that's another story. Number 10. The number 10 reason why you can't turn the whore into a housewife. She loves money more than anything. She loves money more than anything. She loves money more than her family, her relationship, her kids, anything. Anytime you see a woman that love material things, you got to run the fuck away from her. If she love material things, she'll cross you. If she love material things, she'll set you up. If she love material things, she'll get you killed. If she love material things, she'll put an insurance policy on your ass and get you missing for the money. And that's just a couple of things. But if she love money and material things, there's no way she can love you on the level that she need to love you to be a wifey. So you can't turn that into a housewife. No matter how hard you try. You got motherfuckers with 200, 300, 100, 2 million. However much money you got in your account that you can spend, that you got locked in. No matter how much she feel like you on a high level, or what social level you in, or financial economic level you on, she still gonna love the money, and when the money gone, she gone. Don't think you can pay a bitch to love you. You can't. She only love the things you could do for her. She'll never love you. She only love the things you could do, the position you could put her in, the things you could buy her, what she could go get, what she could brag about to her friends. That's what she care about. She care about the situation. She love the situation that you got her in financially. Never wife up a woman who love material things, man. And y'all go in the comments, man, and let me know what y'all think about this, man. Just dropped this today, man. Felt like dropping something today, man. Let me know what y'all feel in the comments, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Peace.